I've been trying to understand what gold is up to, and basically this is just what I came up with, my anticipation. So let's just get started and reanalyze this market, understand what he's up to, and of course react to what we will be seeing. So for now, if we go back to the daily time frame, we need to understand how the daily closed and mark out our previous high and previous low, just to understand, are we really trending or are we ranging, right? So to me, I understand that this was the previous high, the last high that is, and now she created a new low right there. So let me just lock that. And all we see is that we had an impulse phase, something like this. This is an impulse phase. So to my understanding, I understand that the market behaves in a way that after every impulse, we should be anticipating a correction right there, right? Now, initially I was like, okay, gold still has a possibility of dropping, in the essence that we might be, going back to retest this. If we bring in this as a trend, let's just bring in this right here, in essence that we might be going to retest this level right there to make it a third touch. But what I see is this is just gold. She might just create a new trend, in essence that this pullback that we're waiting for might just be a third touch before maybe she start touching the skies, right? So with that in mind, let's go to the H4 and understand what she's doing basically. Now I understand that if she decides to drop as anticipated and respect this trend line, making it third touch, that will just tell us that she just created somehow an inverse head and shoulder, something like this, and that will be a good confirmation that she might be ready to take out this high, and we will be back to our trending way. So for now, I see that gold is kind of moving sideways from yesterday, and let's just bring in this also and mark this. We can have this maybe right there and call it also a high, and lock that. So let's just lock it and call it a high, call that as a high, and do the same, calling this level is low right there, something like this. So the reason why I have those level marked as high and low is just because I just want to see how gold is going to play around. A break above, then that means we're going up. A break below, that tells us that we should be going down. So I think I shall just adjust this right here, and I make sure that I take care of everything right there. So I think that makes sense. Then I think the high should also be adjusted right there. So to me that makes sense. Now this is it. Now if gold decides to break out of this new high, that tells us that she's creating a new trend, and now she's not going back to test our trend line anymore. So my anticipation will be she will do this. Now I will be waiting for a pullback, in essence that she's created a new trend, something like this, probably something like that. Now when she's coming back to test this new high, turn to a low, by then I will be looking for my buy entry position, something like this, and then target all the way up, whichever risk to reward ratio. Now that is in another perspective. So also if she decides to break, let's just say if she decides to break this new low, now initially I was like, okay, I can look for my sell and take it all the way down, but now this trend line is the problem, because she might do this, then decides to reverse from here, right? So in essence we might be creating a bullish channel right here, something like this. Let's just then clone this. We might be creating a bullish channel in this manner, then have it right there. So that is what I see on gold. So with that, I think I should just remove this. So if she decides to break, you see she might play maybe something like this, boom boom boom, then now that's when she will touch the sky. So this is basically what I see on gold, and I see possibility that she might drop to give us this third touch right here. So something like I think 800 pips, which gold can do within a day. So I think today I'm just going to see what gold is going to do. And the next one we should look out is NAS100 and also XJPY. But then before we start looking to those pairs, let's just try to see something amazing that Forex is offering right here. Let me show you something amazing. Now, Forex is having an amazing offer called double reward offer. We have a 200% reward plus 85% lifetime reward, right, on stellar challenges. The coupon code you should be using is double. Make sure you use double. And let me just show you this. So we have running between May 8th 12 a.m. until May 9th 11:59 GMT, right? 200% passing reward, that is 200% refund, plus 85% lifetime reward, 85% lifetime payout, which is amazing. Available for all Forex CFDs challenges. The coupon code you should be using is double, like I said before. And now here are the conditions. It's not applicable on resales. Let's say you wanted to reset your account, this is not going to apply. This is now for the new purchases, right? You must use the coupon code at checkout. The 90% default reward for Stellar one-step challenge, then passing reward for Stellar Light will be available from third reward. Rewards will be disbursed as 100% in each cycle until fully completed. Remember, coupon code is mandatory. Now, check Forex link in the description box below, and all the best. Now let's continue with our analysis. I want to look at NAS100 and see what she is up to. Where is NAS? Just where is NAS? Right there. Now this is NAS100, and I'm going to remove everything and I'll start to reanalyze that pair. Once again, we start from the daily time frame. This is it. Now from the daily time frame, this is what we see. NAS has been printing, correct. Now NAS has been giving us a low, creating a high, low, then created a high, started a new trend low, and now she's broken. And now what is she doing? We need to understand that, right? So if we mark out this as a low, let's bring in that level as a low, and this level right here is our high. And then I think we should just have it right here. Probably try to mark it as a high, then do the same, mark this level as a low. Come on, low, right there. So now we're cruising inside this channel, high and low. And now if you look at this, she created another level, right? She created another level, created a high right there too, and then broke out of that new high. So what I see is that, okay, now I started creating a new trend. So for me, probably a retest before maybe she might continue going up, right? So this is it. Maybe if we start our trend from this level, have it passing around that level, so we still see there might be a possibility, NAS hitting this as a retest before going up. Or at the same time, sometimes the market won't give you a third touch. She might just continue going up, then sometimes later that's when she might come back to retest and maybe continue going up. Now going back to the H4, let's see what she's doing. Now we need to mark out some levels too, so that we understand the reaction around those levels, what price we will be doing around those levels. So we have that as a high, so remove that. Let's adjust that too. So we have this, that was our high that she did break. kind of, you know, she came back to retest. At the same time, there's also another trend inside right here. So I understand now why she is flying. Like I said, sometimes the market won't come back to, you know, give you your touch, because why? Now if you look at this level, she has already hit a third touch. That's why, you know, I think she has started to fly. So that is what I'm seeing on NAS, but I'm not interested on NAS100. So I'm going to analyze USDJPY starting from the daily time frame and react to what I will be seeing. Now daily time, we understand she's kind of moving sideways, and that is when we bring in our demand and supply type of trading. Let's just bring in this right there. So right here we can call that is a supply zone, and right here you can call a demand zone, something like that. I hope that makes sense now. I think if I just bring this, should be there. Come on. Something like that. So that is what we have basically. And now already when we zoom in, we see price is creating highs and lows, breaking high, higher low, broke, came back for a retest. Right now, going back to the H4, let me show you something. I'm looking for buys on USDJPY unless she does not give me what I'm anticipating. Going back to the H4, yeah, we've seen she created a new trend right there. So we had a higher high, higher low, and higher high. They now came back to create a new higher low. But then we need to understand the approach, how she's approaching this level right there, because she did break out of the resistance. Now the support turned to a resistance. Now she's going back to retest this. Now you never know, if she behaves in this, that means she's going back. In essence, that's a head and shoulder, right? But let's go to the H1. You see I have this right here as indication. So for me, I'm like, okay, right now I'm seeing she's created a high, a low, high, and I just want to see how she's going to react. If she breaks above, then come back to retest, then that tells me that, yo, I should be looking for my entry, buy entry property, because the market is telling me that, yo, I'm going up, I'm not going down. So that is all I'm waiting for on USDJPY. I think that applies also to any pair with the JPY. So I'm anticipating a pullback right there. Come on, let's start over. I'm anticipating this kind of a behavior, something like that, and maybe look for my entry, have my stop loss below that new low she will have created, and then we see maybe USDJPY or even XJPY touching the sky. We'll just have it right there, something like this. So I think that is what I'm seeing on XJPY. We can try to analyze GBPJPY, the same thing, I think. Okay, I was waiting for GBPNZ. Let's see what she's doing right now. Correct, she's still playing out GBPJPY. Let's see, just the same thing, you understand? So yeah, we've seen GBPJPY is playing out nicely, and she's giving us 2 touches. So right now all I need is just a pullback, you know, to complete the 3rd touch right there, and I look for more buy. So just the same thing, right? So if you want to join my Telegram channel, link should be in the description box below, and adios my amigos, peace.